So there's now going to be a requirement in the state of Massachusetts that every boater, with some exemptions, is required to get a boater's certificate. Massachusetts was one of the only states in the country that did not have this bill in place. So we're kind of playing a little catch up here, including being the only state in New England. So now that the bill is passed, there's a little timeline to adjust to the bill, get the information out there to make sure boaters are aware. The first stage of the bill will kick in next year on April 1st, 2026, and that is a requirement for anybody born after. Let me make sure I get this correct here.
Well, it's all going to be, we're going to have links to everything and all the information,
absolutely.
But let's see if you have it down.
So anybody born after January 1st, 1989. Okay. So ultimately the younger boaters will start off having the requirement phase in. So they are going to be required to get that bill.
April 2026.
Correct. Okay. From there, enforcement from the state is actually not going to start until September 1st, 2026. So I think the way I look at it, that's kind of the grace period. That's where they're going to be out there letting people know, hey, this is a requirement. This is where you're going to have to make sure
they're going to ease into that.
Absolutely.
There aren't going to be, Hanson Malone Safety Act checkpoints on your local, river or ocean.
Yeah.
They're going to ease into that.
Yeah. And that's where kind of this phase in process. So step 2 is anybody born before January 1st, 1989 has another 2 years. So they have until April 1st, 2028.
Okay.
So when you look at age and the average boater, I think that's where the majority of boaters will fall in. Not everybody, but that's where the majority of boaters. So they still have a good 3.5 years to come into compliance, to take the tests,
Absolutely.
to get their certificate and to have that in place.